All right, welcome to the webinar, everybody. All right, good to see you guys. It's been a while since we've done one of these, so I figured, you know what, it's a new year, and so much is always happening, right? Like, there's just always so much going on with Xagio that I figured it's time to talk about what's going on with Xagio. Let's talk about what's going on in the industry. I know there's been some big announcements, especially the biggest one's got to be the Matt Diggity closing the affiliate lab, and people are screaming SEO is dead again. I know there's a local update going on. Um, so I want to start. I'll start with Xagio stuff, okay, and then we'll yes. Oh, by the way, yes, this is being recorded. This will be replayed on our blog, the Xagio blog. Um, yeah, of course, you can watch. The replay will be on the Xagio blog where you can watch it later. It'll always be there. These recordings for free for everyone. But where I want to start today is basically what's going on with Xagio. What's happened and what are the plans? You know what I mean? And the biggest thing, obviously, guys, that's happened is the move from the Xagio plugin being a private plugin that we release updates to you guys for, moving on to the official WordPress repository so that now when you are in a site, and I'm just going to go into one of my websites just to kind of show you this. We'll log into the back end. We'll go with my agency, which is going crazy good. And I said I hate agencies, but like, oh man, we'll talk a lot about that too. My agency is just blowing up again. It's just become very easy. Nothing's changed as far as SEO for me, how I approach SEO, but what has changed is how effective I am at doing SEO because Xagio makes life so easy. I get results for my clients so well, but my model is definitely different now. I don't have the stress that I had before with clients constantly wanting meetings and stuff like that. So I'm going to talk a lot about that. But the big change first, again, is if you guys go to plugins, like the old way you add a new plugin, the old way to add any old plugin in WordPress is like this. So my goal is this number one term, SEO, always has the big three, Yoast, rank, math, all in one, right? And I said my goal is to show up um, here in the top three. And that is a big, big goal given that these guys have 10 million active installations, 3 million actives, 3 million active. Okay. And then we have like well, SEO Press 300,000. There's a big goal there as well. But yeah, like to get Xagio on there. And the other day, oh, look at that. So we're on the first page here. Okay. We have 7,000 active installations, but we got a long way to go. But that is now how you can install Xagio. You can still install it by, coming up to here and downloading the plugin, but it's going to send you to the WordPress repo to download. So it's now been that move, and that's been the biggest focus of our company for quite a long time. To get onto that Xagio repo so that we can officially announce our competition bid against the other big SEO plugins. The advantage of Xagio over the other SEO plugins, in my opinion, as the very biased opinion, is that we approach SEO very, very differently. To me, if you're doing SEO or had you been doing SEO up until this point, you're typically 99% of you are going to be on one of these three plugins, Yoast, Rank Math, or All-in-One SEO. But in my opinion, doing SEO with this, or this is all the same. Okay. And it's been that way for a long, long time. It's been chasing green check marks. Okay. Putting in a focus keyword and getting a little check mark that says you are optimized. And whether you're here, here, or here, it's the same process. Now, Xagio comes along and we say, no, 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 we're going to redo the entire process of SEO based on the fundamentals of SEO. And when I said earlier that I haven't changed the way I've been doing SEO, I've only changed the tools I use. I obviously built one, and I still approach SEO and do SEO the same way. I'm just much, much faster at it because Xagio is better. And now I'm much better at client management. Xagio helps with that, but also my confidence in what I can do has changed, but also like getting people off my back, not opening an agency and saying, listen, you hired me to do a job, let me do my job. Now, obviously, I'm not that straightforward about it, but that's how I do things with them. But the process, okay, the process of doing SEO hasn't changed. But Xagio's process of SEO is so much different than Yoast, Rank Math, or All-in-One because we use a keyword first approach, or like keyword research first approach. And that doesn't matter whether you're starting with a brand new site or you're starting on a client site, an existing site that already has a bunch of pages. The first thing I'm always going to do is look at number one, if you have an existing site, what keywords are you ranking for on what pages and what does your optimization look like? And what changes should happen in order to make that a more focused approach, meaning each page is targeting a specific topic, right? And we use the project planner and cloud clustering for that versus a new site where it's like, what pages do I need to create, right? So I love that comment. Jeff Gray just said Yoast. I wish I could show this to everyone. Yoast never got me to number one. Xagio did. And it's not really the plugin that got you to number one, to be fully honest. It's the approach, right? And Xagio takes a different approach. You have a tool that helps you with that approach in Xagio, and maybe that's the difference, right? So thank you, Jeff. I love hearing that. Yoast never got me to number one. Xagio did. The process is different. Okay. And that's what I think. That's why my goal of getting on the WordPress repo and getting Xagio up into this number 4 spot will be, for me, goal number 1 achieved. We're now showing amongst the top 3, right? I want Xagio right here, but eventually I want Xagio in the top 3 and eventually number 1. And the way that I'm going to do that is by saying, look, guys, there's a different way that's available to you to do SEO, but that's a big job to convince the entire industry who is set in their ways and doesn't even know that maybe there's a different process to that. And that all comes through seeing another option, experiencing what that is, and mostly like what Jeff just said is getting that result that maybe you've been chasing for so long and never getting. Okay. So we are now on the WordPress repo. Now, review, how do I rank on the WordPress repo? Well, number 1, okay, I've got to get the installs. I've got to get, thousands and thousands of people using it if I'm going to be competing with guys that have 10 and 3 million installs. And part of that process was getting everybody who's using the private version of Xagio to use the public version of Xagio. And you can see we have 7,000 installations. And the way that we approached that was to say everyone who's using Xagio, okay, private or public, needs to be included in this number. And the way we did that is by, programmatically. I'm going to switch to the advanced view here. Okay, because ranking number 1, have the users using it. What you can see here is a division that's slowly turning more red and less purple, even though this is more the Xagio color than this. But we started like basically here with everyone on 6.0. Well, what is 6.0 versus what is 7.0? 6.0 is the private version of Xagio, and we have it showing up on the WordPress repo by design. Okay, that means you're getting updates from the Xagio team. Now we can see 55% of people still have that private version installed on their sites. Okay, we have 18,000 active, 18,000 installs. You can see down here, and this number keeps growing. 7.0 is the official. That's a lucky number. I just realized that now. 7.0 is the official release of the Xagio plugin, and this is growing day by day. Okay, so that takes care of us in the best way possible that we can of having a large number of users using Xagio as far as the WordPress repo is concerned. If you're on the old version, you're still showing up, right? And if you're on the new version, you're showing up in red. Old version, new version, right? We will eventually force everyone over to the new version. We're just not doing it yet, okay? And the reason we did it this way, guys, again, is to rank high on WordPress, we need to get these numbers up. The second ranking algorithm, okay, other than, having SEO in the name and the typical optimization shit, which we are doing, is this right here, okay, ratings. How well rated is Xagio? So right now, guys, we have incentives in place. Now, I appreciate honest reviews. I really do. But I need to educate and incentivize people to go do that. I'm not saying, leave a 5-star rating. I'm saying go leave a real rating. Tell me what you really believe. And in order to incentivize you to take the time to do that, there is now a new thing showing up on Xagio on the blog. And I want to outline this for you guys. Okay. where if you come onto the blog, I'm going to do this in incognito because when I'm logged in, I tell Xagio has a built-in function saying don't script anything, meaning there's a script that's running in the background that's shut off when I'm working on WordPress. Now, if we log into a post, we should see a little pop-up, okay, get 5 bonus Zags, just submit a review on WordPress. And I guess what I should do, because what I really want is I want an honest review. Okay, I'm not trying to get everyone to go out there and submit a 5-star review. That's not honest. That's not truthful. It's not ethical. And the most important point for me is it's not helpful. For me, getting honest feedback helps us make a better product, right? So if I get a bunch of 1-star reviews saying you have a problem with this feature or that feature, I'm going to be able to improve the product. And that's why I want an honest review. Now, if you honestly feel like Xagio is a 5-star plugin right now, because like I've always said, the worst version of Xagio is the version that exists today, because we all know that tomorrow's version is going to be better. If you feel that that warrants a 5-star review, then go ahead and leave it. So my reward incentivizing you for taking the time to go and do that is 5 Zags. Okay. Thank you, Bobby says it is a 5-star. And I'm glad to hear that. And to be honest, we have a lot of reviews now that are all over the internet we have really good reviews. And I'm very proud of that because they're honest and they're real. So if you click that button, guys, and all it says is visit the listing on WordPress, write and submit. I do have honest here, an honest review of Xagio in the plugin. Once submitted, send a screenshot of your review to our support team to claim those 5 bonus Zags. So click here to submit. It will take you right over to the review section where you can submit that review. I'm asking you guys to do this for me, okay? And in order to do that, I'm going to leave the link right here in the chat for everyone to please take a few minutes of your time to go and leave an honest review of Xagio. And what that's going to help me do is, number one, get feedback about the plugin that's real that we can use to improve the product. Number two, it's going to help us with the amount of reviews. Hopefully, we've done a good job, right? And you do want to leave us a really good review because you feel like the product's already good or that it's going to get better. And those reviews are going to help push us up higher. Now, the funny part of this, guys, is there's going to be a big part of you out there that are like, I do love Xagio. I don't want anyone else to know about it. So I don't want to help you improve by leaving my review. And that's fair. And I get that. That's Jeff. That's me. I don't want my clients to know. I don't want other people to know. It's an unknown secret weapon right now. We're up against everyone in the world using Rank Math and Yoast. But I've secretly got a better way, getting better results with this plugin, and I selfishly, for that reason, do not want to submit to the growth of it. And I laugh at that because I mean, shit, it's real, right? It could be a real thing, but it's coming, guys. I'm out here busting my ass, to be honest, to put Xagio on the market, and I appreciate that you want to continue to have it be an unknown plugin, and I respect your decision. But I also want your help, so I'll leave that completely up to you. Yeah, I saw that. We all, you know what, guys? I see. Thank you, Jeff. We see all the reviews. Like if you even go to Xagio or to Google, okay, and you type in Xagio reviews, okay, you're gonna see Trustpilot. Okay, so you can see 4.7. They have a really tough rating scale because we have 100%, 30 reviews so far. 100% of them are 5.0, but they still say like it can't be a 5. Like they're literally 100%, 30 reviews at 5.0, and we got a 4.7. G2, that was a hard one to get onto, and also hard to submit. I don't know, but it's important. So we're on there, okay? 4 reviews, 5 stars. And then obviously our own little internal thing, which I'll show you right now, Xagio.com. And we funnel all these reviews from the other places into this page called testimonials. Okay, we use a plugin called Chapo to pull in it. There you are, Ben. And there's people. There's Jeff. Okay, your reviews, they all pull in through here with the sources of the reviews, but we also have the ability to leave and collect an internal review. And all of it, guys, all of it is rewarded. And I don't know if you guys know about this, but if you go up here into resources, and a lot of people are always like, where do I find this or that? And Xagio.com and in the menu is the best place. But this Earn Zags button, okay, we want to reward you for taking the time to review us. So if you guys like the X Banks and you like using Xagio and you just want a quick and easy free way to grab a bunch more, come here, okay, and you can leave a WordPress review. This is actually 5 X Banks now for the WordPress one. Trustpilot, G2, Facebook, download our Chrome extension, write a Chrome extension review, write a Xagio review, record. There's all these things you can do to get, and when you submit your screenshot of doing these things to our support team, we'll reward you with the credits, right? So it's not like we're not trying to reward you for your time. We do appreciate it, so we created this. So if you guys want free Zags, do that. Now, the next most logical progression for me, to flow to you guys, 11 free Zags. Obviously, a Xagio plan is going to give you the best value for Zags. But there's then that difference of, those renewable Zags, which is more like a cell phone data plan, versus our Xbank Zags, which they don't expire ever. They don't, until you use them, they're there. The next one is, what can I do with 11 Zags? Let's say I go and take the time to submit all this, and it's actually 16 Zags now because we're upping the bonus on the WordPress review. What can I do with them? What does it really cost me to use Xagio? And before, right, we created this calculator to kind of show, and I'm going to go over this, to kind of show the flexibility of Zags. So Xagio is now a credit-based system where you can use your Zags for any feature inside of Xagio. Whereas before you had a limit of keywords that you could track and a limit of that, but we changed that. We made it much more flexible and created this calculator where it's like, look, our plans are basically light, which is 50 renewable credits a month, pro 250 renewable credits a month, and agency 750 renewable credits a month. Well, how much of things can I use? So we created this nice little slider calculator for you guys to do that. But that still, to me, didn't go far enough in explaining, how much does it cost to do a process. So I started putting together this spreadsheet. And it's really, really cool. I called it how much does the Xagio VA cost me? Okay, and let me walk you guys through this spreadsheet, what it is. It's based on the plans, okay? The monthly Zag cost in the light plan, if you buy it monthly, it's basically 94 cents per Zag, and it renews every month. But if you pay annual, you get a savings, it's 78 cents. So the average is 86 cents. For Pro, the average is 36 cents. For Agency, the average is 24 cents. Okay, we need more information because now we have to translate the cost of performing Xagio actions from Zags to real dollars. Okay, does everyone see where I'm going with this already? I wanted to do this for you guys. And then I also want to implement this calculator onto things. So if we're looking at using Xagio to optimize a site, whether it's a brand new site, an existing site, whatever. Okay, I can't share this document yet, but it will be coming live on the website because if I share this doc, I can share like maybe a copy of it, but I'll figure something out for you, Manuel. Okay, basically, guys, what I wanted to do is go through the entire process of Xagio and say, look, this is what it's going to cost you. So how much does it cost to research and find a really killer niche? And where that happens, guys, is in the niche hunter. Okay. And give me a 1 if you've used the niche hunter and you understand it. Give me a 2 if you've either not used it or don't even know what it's for. And that's good feedback. Wow, there are a lot of 2s. Okay, Niche Hunter is amazing. It is a feature of another software tool. We have a keyword research tool called Keyword Supremacy, but we decided to bring this feature right into Xagio for a more direct integration into your process. But what Niche Hunter is and what typically I use Niche Hunter for, I'm a big fan of exact match domains, EMDs, for ranking purposes, okay? And I don't care what anyone in the industry says. I don't care their level of authority. I don't care their level of expertise. Okay. I don't care about their tests that they've done to back up their data. In my personal life, in my personal testing, EMDs work. They're awesome. They're a massive rankings boost. Okay, so I love EMDs. If I want to build a lead gen property or something like that, I like using EMDs. So we created a tool to help you find EMDs, exact match domains, very, very, very quickly. And the genius of this tool was in the process of it, right? In how do we, and I compare this to gold mining all the time because I liked watching that Gold Rush show where basically they dig up, friggin' 300 hectares of dirt, run it through a sluice, and out the other end comes gold. But you have to dig through all this dirt to get this little bit of dirt or gold. And to me, the EMD kind of hunting process is similar. I like filtering out the shit. I'd rather look at 100 really good keywords than 10,000 good ones. And this is where I'll talk about like Ahrefs, SEM Rush, and their tools. Okay, they're great at dumping data. They have a ton of it. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay, we all know this. You can go and get a big ass list of data from those tools. But I like pre-filtered data. I like the sluice box. I like the thing that says get rid of the crap and get into it. And how this tool works. Let's say I want to find a niche. Okay, I don't know what niche I want to get into. Well, the way I find a niche is I take a big city like New York and I enter that as the keyword. Now, that's where I'm going to go hunting. That's where my gold mine exists in New York, but I want to set up my sluice. Okay? My sluice is setting the what rocks are going to fall through and what rocks are going to get captured. And I do that with 3 sluice settings, okay? I want to find keywords that have between say 300 and 500 searches per month. I know that's a sweet spot for local SEO type keywords. The cost per click, the AdWords cost per click, I want it to be pretty good. I want it to be, let's say, even a minimum of $15 per click. That tells me that the keywords are going to be relatively profitable. And then the competition. This is not a ranking competition. This is a competition based on the number of advertisers paying $15 for the keywords that are going to come out. How many advertisers are bidding on that keyword against each other? I'll set that to a 0.1. I click search. My sluice is set up. My mining ground is set up. I click go, and then boom, there's another thing that I want to add to this, but I get a list of keywords, right? There looks like about 1,000 keywords, okay, that have those same settings, right? Minimum between 300 and 500 searches, minimum cost per click of 15, and an advertiser competition of 0.1. And when you set your sluice to those settings, you'll notice, okay, that you get really good keywords. So one thing, New York City. Okay, now what niches pop up? Trauma therapy, shared office space, co-working spaces, cybersecurity, SIM cards not really a niche, I guess. Social work schools, emergency plumbers, printing companies. Do you notice, guys? Moving, cheap auto insurance. It's just niche after niche after niche after niche in New York City. Funny thing about this tool, guys, and about this strategy, I used to say in my rank and rent club teaching, where I was teaching rank and rent and lead gen strategies, I would say avoid big cities if you're new. Because when you get into a big city, you get into big competition. I no longer say that anymore because this tool is so good at finding really low hanging fruit that even in New York City, you could rank a site quite easily. So I'm going to sort by CPC and go for a little bit lower and just look at this. So laser liposuction, New York City. Okay. The first thing I'll do is click this button and it's going to say the .com, the .net, and the .org are all available. I can click on the buy now button. It'll take me right into my favorite, most awesome hosting and cheap registrar with amazing support. And there you go. That domain, laser liposuction New York City.com, is available for $10 Canadian per year. Okay. And I can go register that EMD. That doesn't tell me if it's easy to rank, but I know that it's profitable, right? Because it's got 480 searches per month. Advertisers are bidding minimum $15 per click. And there's a medium advertiser competition on it, meaning there are advertisers that like this keyword for their website. Now, is it profitable? Okay. Google Trends is another one that I like to, sorry, not Google Trends. This guy, the history of the keyword. So I guess we don't have enough data. But looking at seasonalities, like if things are pumping in the winter, you'll see the winter months really high and the summer months really low, and reverse for the other way, like, snow removal services pumps in the winter, right? But if it's something like laser liposuction, well, I mean, people are getting it done all the time. So there's a 480 across the board. I like that. So now I know the domain's available. I can check it for $10. Now I want to search it in Google. So I click this button. It's going to open up my windows. Okay. And I can get a quick look at the basic competition metrics for ranking now. Okay. And I can do this on Google, but we can also do this in the project planner. And I'll get there pretty quick. And remember, guys, what I'm talking about, if I relate this all the way back, is how much does it really cost me to build a website? And if I go back to the spreadsheet, my internet's not piecing out on me like it kind of looks like it is right now. We're at this stage, okay? I just spent 1.5 Zags to do the first search, okay? And the reason I'm kind of bringing this up, I usually don't have to go much further than one search to find a really good niche, okay? So here's the 4 competition metrics in URL. That's going to look like, wow, my internet's really choking on me. Let me just close some other tabs over here on my other browser. Make sure Skype quit. Get all my additional services out of here. Okay, so, oh, wow, it's still going. Whatever. We'll just look at the first page. Usually I look at the in URL and I click on tools and it tells me how many in URL. If it's low, like less than 100, that's great. In title, same thing. That's great. Phrase I don't really look at anymore, okay? But ultimately, guys, what really matters, what's on the first page, okay, of Google, and how important, and how much links do they have. So I'm going to close this. Wow, this is really slow. What is choking my internet right now? I'm just going to check something here real quick, guys, on my computer. Can you guys still hear me? Just give me a 1. I just want to make sure I'm not off the internet here. Okay, good. I just want to take a peek at, yeah, Chrome's sucking up all my, okay. Well, that's fine. I'll go close all my extra Chrome tabs. You know what I'll do? Let's close that. Let's close that. Never really had this. You think it's Zoom? Is it sucking all my bandwidth? Yeah, no, it's the reCAPTCHA. Switch to Arc. I've never heard of Arc, but I'll definitely check it out. Okay. So again, like the in titles, in URL counts, they're an indication, but they don't really matter. What really matters as far as how easy or hard is this keyword to rank on the first page is what's on the first page itself. For that, I use Moz. I have a subscription, but I know Moz recently changed their bar, and you have to have now a paid subscription to get the real good data. So just on a basic view using Moz, and I'll show you what I use now, or what is a free alternative. Based on that, what I'm looking for is one really pretty weak domain. Actually, that's pretty good competition. It's not bad. I'll see, is the keyword used anywhere in the titles, URLs, descriptions, and H1s? It's not. And then I'm just looking basically at what's ranking in the organic. So for instance, is it the homepage or is it an inner page like this? Okay. And if it's the homepage that's ranking, I'm looking at the domain and page authority as a whole. And if it's an inner page that's ranking like this, I'm more looking at these numbers, right? Because it's a page that's ranking and this is actually pretty weak. Page authority is good. It's coming from a decent domain authority, but there's only 31 domains making up 77 links to this page. That's not that hard to beat. This one's only 4. Okay, good domain authority making up for good page authority. Not the easiest niche in the world, not the hardest, but the lower those numbers get, the better. Okay, then, and if I just go over here and go for something that I think is 100% going to be easy, let me quickly look. As you can see, we got a lot of data here, guys. 1,000 keywords. Web development agency. That's probably not bad. I'm looking for something really oddball. I know liposuction is kind of oddball, and it is not bad. So you know what? Forget it. I have more lessons about this because I do want to be quick today. Okay, this ain't that hard, but that's the point of the niche hunter is to go through and find a good niche. Now, once you have one, a good niche, okay, say liposuction was the good niche. What city is easy? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to change where I'm mining. I'm no longer going to be mining in New York. I'm going to be mining in liposuction, right? But I'm going to keep my sluice settings the same. I'm going to do a new search. Okay. I've used 3 now, 3 Zags, by the way. Keep that in mind because that's what we're doing here. But I think that if I went through that list of 1,000 keywords, I could find something. Okay. That's what I use Niche Hunter for, to help me find a really profitable, low ranking domain that I can register as an EMD for very cheap. And when I'm happy with it, and the reason we moved this tool from keyword supremacy into Xagio is because of this. I can now take these keywords that when I use my filter for New York, it brings up these keywords. I can now directly copy this to, training, what project I'll call it training, and what group I'll call it trading. Okay, just to be easy. I can move it directly. Now, this happens in the plugin as well, but it also happens inside the cloud, which is something we'll talk about more. Man, I might need like 3 hours today. But there you go. We have the project planner where I now have a training folder containing all my good keywords. And Marco or whatever, I've showed you guys that sometimes they don't carry over. Marco's our dev. But there you go. There's the example. Those keywords didn't move over. It's a bug. It will be fixed. All 5 of them should have went, but only 1 of them went. So now I'm into the project planner where I can do AI optimization and shit like that. This feature, Niche Hunter, also exists in the plugin. And with the plugin, once you've AI optimized, you can create the page by just clicking the button and then get content written by clicking the button. Content is also coming into the Xagio project planner. So the point is here, guys, I've spent 1.5 Zags, okay, to research and find a killer niche. But now I have to do full keyword research and clustering for that niche, okay? So that's going to cost, and that's the AI wizard. So if I go into like, say I had done what you just saw inside of the WordPress plugin, okay? It would have been the same thing. It would have just been done in here using the niche hunter. See right here, same thing, just in the plugin, okay? And it's all interconnected. It's very awesome. Okay, and then I created a group and I moved it over here. I was like, okay, niche hunter New York City. Now what I need to do next is do full keyword research and clustering for the niche. How I do that? AI wizard, local, what city? New York, continue. I noticed that we're going into a lot more training today than I thought we would, but you guys cool with that? I didn't really want to do training, but that's fine. You guys are cool with it. Anyways, okay, good. So then I go into the AI wizard. I tell it, what city am I in? What's my niche? Okay. And I'm going to just click select all recommended. And notice over here, I said 7.5 Zags. Actually a weird number. You can see right here, the cost that about what I'm about to do is 3 Zags. Let's bump that up to 7. I don't know why I said 7.5. Let's do this guy. What happened there, guys, to get to this screen is that I searched New York liposuction on Google. We're using the Xagio interface to show you the top ranking sites, right? And now what I'm doing is I'm selecting the sites that I like. Okay, we tell you what sites are really good by giving it a recommended, but you can go and select anything. And there we're up to now 7 Zags, meaning I've selected 7 websites. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on this filter that says, because again, I like sluicing. I'd rather look at 100 good keywords than 1,000 that I have to go through. Pre-filter. So I'm saying every keyword that I look at has to contain the word New York in it. Okay. So what it's going to do is it's going to analyze the 7 sites that I chose. It's going to find all the keywords that those sites are ranking for. But because this one is turned on, it's only going to look for the ranking keywords on the page that's ranking, not the entire site. Better data, less data, but more better data. Okay. And now I'm going to click finish. Now that's 7 Zags. I could have just went with the 3 and I would have been fine, but I'm analyzing 7. It's also going to take a little longer on the webinar, but you can see it's processing each site. What is it processing? What keywords are you ranking for on that page that have the word New York in them? Some sites are going to have duplicates, right? Maybe 2 sites are ranking for the same keyword. So now we're going to deduplicate those keywords for you. And then the last step to make it easier for you to have a blueprint of the site that you should create is to cluster those keywords by topics. And that's all going to happen automatically. Okay. And I'm going to move back to here. So that's done. Okay. Now that part of the process, 7 actually. Okay. It costs about 8.5 Zags. Now that 8.5 Zags, what does that translate into the dollars and cents that I actually spent to do it? If you're on a light plan, that costs you about $7. Okay. If you're on a pro plan, that costs you about $3. If you're on an agency plan, it costs you about $2. Well, how come it's so much cheaper for agency than light? Because agency spent a lot more money So they get a better deal. That's just how life works, right? Okay. But still, guys, even at the high end, $7, you just spent $7 in and about, I don't know, what was that? 1 minute to, no, let's say 10 minutes to do this and about 5 minutes to do this part, right? Controls add that. So it's 15 minutes total invested. It costs you $7 in real dollars. And what you're left over with is you still have that niche hunter data where you can go and get a bunch more, a bunch more, a bunch more. There's probably another like 30, 40, 50 good niches in that niche hunter. That data is yours. You get to keep it. You can export it, right? Let me go over here. So this is done. The AI wizard's done. And it came up with all these keywords and these groups suggesting to me, right? So like BBL New York, I don't know what BBL is. That's got to be some sort of liposuction thing. But let's say I like this group. What am I going to do with this group? I'm going to fetch now the competition. And what is the competition? It's the same. And I got to switch from Canada to the United States because this is New York. Okay. And I'm going to get the competition. Now, what is the competition? Brazilian butt lift. Is that really what it is? I didn't know that. Oh, okay. More people are saying it. Okay, awesome. I have no idea what that is. I'm not interested in getting a Brazilian butt lift right now, but maybe one day. But I like the fact that this is the point that I want to make right now. I have no idea about the liposuction market, but I don't need to. It just told me that if you're going to build a liposuction site in New York, you should probably have a page that targets BBL. Rumor says it's the most painful plastic surgery out there. Look at all the stuff I'm learning. But look at that. I didn't have to know about BBL. I don't even know what this is. Body contouring, body lifts, breast augmentation. Well, I know what those are, but like, because I'm a guy, but the other stuff, I don't know. Cellulite treatments. I don't even have to know the niche. Why don't I have to know the niche? Because my root keyword provided the top 10 sites ranking for that root keyword. And then I said, give me everything that they got, but make sure the word New York is in it. And then it deduplicated and clustered for me. Do you guys see how the blueprint of a site is just in seconds revealing itself? Right? Give me a one if you're like, oh yeah, or oh yeah, or oh yeah, whatever it is, right? I don't need to know the niche. I don't need to do the research anymore. Somebody just give me a mind blown, Kim. Nice. Okay, so now I'm fetching the data for the keywords. There's a reason why I'm fetching, and we're into this step right here, okay? So we've kind of done the full keyword research and clustering, okay? Obviously, guys, I can move things around. I can highlight keywords and I can drag them from this group to that group. I can get rid of what I think is wrong or do what's right. I can even go into keywords and cluster again. Okay, like it'll take all the groups and I can change the cluster settings. Okay, and the cluster settings work like this. Okay, first step, and this really should go first, is these three words are the most popular repeated words in this group of keywords: New, York, and in. Right? So if I get rid of these ignore words and I say, look, I want to make, and this word right here, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words in it. So it's a 6-word long tail keyword. Okay. What this says is in all the long tails, how many words do you have to match before you want to make it a cluster? So let's say I want to change this to something really high, like 4. And then this one says, well, how many minimum keywords do you want to have into a cluster before it's a match? And I say 4. Okay. And then those ignore words say, like New York City or New York, New and York. Okay. What the ignore words are saying is ignore these words in this rule set. Right. So you put in things, you play with it. Okay. So there I made too aggressive of a rule set. Nothing matched. Maybe if I just get rid of these, things will start matching. I click preview. Ah, better, right? Now I can click cluster and it'll cluster like this. Okay. It'll cluster for me. And I have plastic surgery. I have tummy tuck cost. I have the cost of liposuction. I have nose jobs, laser liposuction, tummy tucks, all this stuff coming out, right? And I can preview and play with this until I'm happy and then click go, right? And the other thing we're going to do, guys, is have the ability right here to move and rename the groups before you do it. But anyways, just showing you clustering. Can also seed. Something else I do a lot of is seeding, where like, for instance, that BBL that came up, if I want to create a group called BBL, okay, I can say pull out every keyword that came back that has BBL in it and seed it into a group, right? So watch what happens. I just did a seed. I do seeds lots. Basically, guys, what we did with all our functions and features here is give you an integrated tool with lots of shortcuts to make your work really simple. Okay, so here we go, guys. We're done. Okay, so BBL in New York, BBL New York, 400. This might even be a great niche, this keyword. Well, I could use the niche hunter and go search BBL, right? And maybe BBL Los Angeles is really good. Can you export niche hunter results? Not, I don't think yet, but you will be able to very soon. Okay, so here we go. The reason I fetch the competition data is I want to look for the in title, in URL counts, which are, yeah, the C function is awesome. You can also consolidate, by the way. Consolidate means move everything into one group. There's just really pay attention to what's going on in the little tick boxes. Everything that's there is there for a reason to make your life easier so that when you learn all these little shortcuts, you fly through this thing like a wizard. Trust me, like I do SEO for a client, I'm done in 45 minutes tops. And I get crazy good results. Like I go watch that anything that has to do with that last client I did, Briggs 10, the drywallers in Edmonton. They're becoming a recurring client this month after the holiday now because the on-page optimization work that I did for them, which is what you're seeing right here, worked so good they moved to number 2 overall for their main keyword. And that was just with what I'm doing right now. So, and they were like, this is amazing. So anyways, okay, so the reason I'm fetching those competition metrics, guys, okay, and that's this guy right here, very cheap to do, okay, is because I want the AI, because I'm not going to write the optimization. I'm done with that, baby. I'm going to have the AI write the optimization for me, but I want to tell the AI how hard or easy these keywords are. And why is that? Because the AI is going to say, look, and I guarantee you the AI is going to choose this keyword to optimize for because we've trained the AI to look at the search volume, look at the competition metrics and say, you're going to get the most bang for your buck by targeting this keyword. It does it all in the background. Okay. That's why you want to fetch the competition metrics. Let's click optimize with AI. It's going to choose the first one because I already know that. Where it gets really interesting is where this is 480, 470, 320, 110, 50, where the numbers are like that. And you think this one is the best one, but it says, no, no, no. It uses this crazy algorithm that Claude helped me write to input into the back end. It uses this crazy algorithm to say, no, the best bang for your buck is going to be that other keyword. So here it's saying, what keyword do you want to choose to focus on? Or do you want to let the AI choose? Maybe I'll change this button to let the AI choose or something. I don't know. I'm going to let the AI choose it. Now, new dropdown, guys. Regular old optimization, free deep analysis and optimization. This one you can see is cheap as shit. 0.2 zags. But if you really want to go, and this is quite a bit more money, okay, the average cost based on the last 25 people who ran this is 0.77 zags, okay? But we still give you the old one in case you want to save your zags. The old one's pretty good. This one's outstanding, okay? Optimize main page, 0.8 zags. I'm saying use the good one, right? Like for this demo. You can use the old one if you want to. I'm using the good one. So I'm showing you the worst case scenario because I like being honest and ethical. I like telling the truth because if you're happy with the truth, great. We got a great relationship. If you don't like it, great. At least I told you the truth, right? What's the difference between the two? The good one's way better. I would just suggest running it and seeing. The good one's taking into account everything. The prompt basically in the back end says, take a look at these keywords, calculate this data. From this data, follow this rule set to create, it's like this big ass long prompt that the new one is, I had to use a different model of AI. If you ask me, what's the root difference? It's using a different AI model. It's using O1 Mini. The other one is using Turbo. And Turbo couldn't handle the new prompt as well as this one does. So the API cost went way up. So the ZAG cost went way up. We have the old one. You don't even have to do anything. So I told you it was going to choose that keyword. Okay. So now it wrote the optimization. That's why it takes longer too, because it's processing more data and thinking. Now, again, I said, I'm not going to optimize. I'm just going to choose what's there. Okay. I'm not going to optimize. I'm going to let the AI do it. Okay. Now I'll explain this window a little bit. So if I go back to the view AI suggestion, we give you 5 H1 title and description suggestions for each cluster that you write. The AI gives you 5 to choose from. How do you choose which one's the best? They're all good, okay, first of all. Second of all, you can click on a keyword, okay, up here in the keywords, because it's showing you the keywords and the data that we're optimizing for, and it'll tell you where it chose to use that keyword in the optimizations. You can also use the cloud. Okay, so here the word BBL. Okay, the reason it has BBL6 is because BBL appears 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times in this cluster. The new AI even looks at the cloud. I call this the cloud. Okay, BBL is an important word because it's used 6 times. New York each used 6 times. Inns only used 3. Doctors is only used 2. So the weighting of the repetition of the unique words is considered in the AI optimization. Why is that important? Here we go. Okay. BBL in New York was the keyword choose. So let's highlight that. BBL in New York. Okay. Now, doctor, how much is and cost are still in the cloud. We still want to optimize for those words, right? So let's unhighlight these because it was really the main keyword. And let's highlight these. Now, where does the AI choose to use these words? In the back half of the title, just like a great optimization expert would do, right? Do you guys see how that's working now? How's this optimization making its decisions and working? It's everything I've taught you guys before the AI came around, but the AI can do it for you now. So any one of these is good. But if you really want to be sure to and analyze it, just click buttons and highlights happen for you, okay? So let's close this and look at the optimization that it did. BBL in New York, how to manage cost and select top doctors, discover how much BBL in New York is expected to cost, blah, 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 okay? And now I have this really, really cool little optimization done for me. I can open up the keyword cloud here. It puts a colon in the title space there. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. You can change it to a pipe. Boom, done. You still have ultimate control. The AI is doing the heavy lifting, right? He's your VA now. This AI button is your VA now. So he's going to do all the work, send it to you, and you're going to analyze it, make sure everything's great, and your job is done in seconds instead of hours or minutes or days. Okay. So now you can open up this cloud button again, right? And you can click on words and it's going to highlight where they were used inside of the title and where they exist in here for you. These are checks. These are just nice, easy, quick checks for you to do. Notice the word BBL, New or York, was not repeated in the title. Nothing is repeated. It follows the rules that I've set for optimization so strictly, and that's why it costs more. It's just so good. Now, connect the group. Okay, I need to create a page. Create a page. Your URL is missing. Okay, this is going to be the home page, so I'll have to give it something in case it was going to be the home page. Okay, or if it was going to be an inner page, okay, now I need to create a good URL slug for an inner page. How hard is that to do? Let's say position one marketing was my domain. I'm going to sort by volume first down here, okay? And then I'm going to look at in URL counts. BBL, well, this is about BBL in New York. This one has 0, that's good, but look at this one. This one has only 11. But this one's only 18, and I know that's really low too. How do I know that? Because it's green. If it was bad, it would be orange. If it was terrible, it would be red. If it's green, good, baby. And these gold bars are a representation of these numbers. They're called title and URL ratios. We always work on a green being good, orange being not as good, and red being not great across all these metrics. But if you see a gold bar, that means green plus amazing. You know what I mean? So if I could set a URL, I would set it to this BBL. I could set it to this BBL New York. Okay, boom. BBL. Come up to my URL, BBL New York. And by the way, the cluster does create you a keyword rich thing when you do the clustering for you so that you don't have to do this. But again, all the heavy lifting is done for you, but you are the CEO. You don't want to like do all the work. You just want to come in and make sure everything's good. So you just make sure everything's nice and tight so that it only takes you seconds instead of days. Here, I'll click Save Changes, go to Connect Group. And now I'm going to say, create me a page, baby. Okay, I can assign a parent. I can assign the status. I'm going to go, come on, published, close. And now that connect group button that we had where it was saying connect this group to something has turned into a new button called edit page. Why? Because now there's a page created with your optimizations in place. There's your URL, there's your title, there's your description, and up here is your H1. It's all done for you, but now we need content. I'm going to go over to the AI content. Writing style, let's be humorous, and let's do playful and generate content. I'll never get tired of seeing this process. This one. Okay. Again, advanced content or regular content. Again, the difference in the AI instruction and the AI model, regular content, very, very cheap. Okay. 2 cents or 2.02 zags. Advanced content, 1.1 zags. More expensive, but you're going to get better content, right? You get what you pay for. We increase the capacity of the AI model. That gets more expensive for us. We have to pass that cost on. I'm sorry, but we're very fair with pricing. I think paying let's go back to this sheet. How much did I pay for my right content? I paid 0.75 zags. Well, on that case, I paid 1.1, right? So I paid, if you're a light user, you paid 95 cents. If you're a pro user, you paid 40 cents. If you're an agency user, you paid 26 cents at this point. Does it humanize content writing? No. But let's look at the content. So I'm going to click insert content. I'm going to click update. Now, the new AI content writer. This was one of the weakest points of Xagio at the point. It's still the weakest, but we're getting better. The new content writer is pretty good. One of the things you'll notice, guys, you got an instruction here. Insert an infographic here showing the breakdown of BBL costs in a fun visual format. It's telling you where to put certain things. It's not actually content, it's an instruction, right? So make sure to look at the instructions and choose whether you want to do them or not. Okay, so I'm not going to go through that for you. I'm just going to tell you that. Okay, you're not going to actually call this call to action. You would actually call this, are you ready to get started or something, right? So the content writer, guys, again, we're saving you time. We're doing the heavy lifting. Okay, you don't have to use our content. You have a bazillion content options in your life now. Okay, but we want it to be included in that. And we will make our content even better. Again, the version of Xagio that you're looking at right now is the worst it'll ever be, because in a week's time, things get better. In a year's time, things get crazy. Now let's look at the page in incognito. Okay, you would obviously have to go in, make it look nice, but everything is there. That's important. Let's look at the H tag structures because we've instructed the AI to be awesome. H1, your main topic, BBL New York. H2, understanding the price, choosing the surgeons, managing costs, the nitty gritties. Look at the H3s, breaking down the cost, total estimated cost. It's all done. Every good practice of SEO that you should be using is all done. And it's done with your mouse, not your keyboard. And it's done without a brain. And that's kind of weird to say, but it's done without a brain. I don't even know what BBL is. You guys told me what it is. I don't know what it is, but I have one of the best optimized pages for it. I'll tell you that much. Okay. Last part on the page, schema. Say you want to include schema because it's a good practice. You have 3 options. Assign a schema that you build in the schema editor. Use the schema wizard that you're used to with all the other plugins like Yoast and Rank Math. Just fill in the forms. Third option is generate schema using AI. What's the AI? There's only one option here. There will be 2 soon. What's the AI going to do? And this is what's so cool about this process, guys. Number one, how did we find this cluster of keywords? We analyzed the top ranking sites in New York for liposuction doctors, found this group of keywords, clustered it, optimized for it, right? So the optimization was done based on the keywords. The content was written based on the optimization. And now the schema that it's writing is being generated based on the content. It's very sequential. So how does the schema writer work? Well, it reads the content and says you should probably use an article type schema. Okay. It's choosing it for you based on your content. You could change that to local business if you want to. You could do that. But its suggestion is this is an article, right? So future versions of the schema, it's going to automatically insert the right organization, the right name, the right logo, the right phone number, the right everything, because we're going to give that information to the AI, and then that way it can output it for you. So now I don't know how long we've been on this webinar. It's been an hour already. Okay, a lot of talking, but we're to this point. Okay, we just wrote schema, and that cost about 2 cents. Last step, guys. Did it work? Does it work? Select all the keywords, go to the actions button and say track the rankings. Track the rankings. I want to get updates every 48 hours. Change your search engine to the right search engine, your country to the right country, and click submit. I'm not going to do this because this is just training and fun. But there you go. Okay, so now we've done that. Total cost to optimize that page, guys, $2.3 Zags. 2.3 Zags. If you're a light user, that was $2. If you're a pro user, that was 85 cents. If you're an agency user, that was 57 cents. The amount of minutes that it took on this webinar was obviously longer. If I wasn't talking, that would have been about a 5-minute process for that page. Now, the site, the website, okay? For a one-page website that only has a homepage, I add this number, and we get 10.85 Zags. Okay. Light user, $10, $9.34. Pro user, $3. Agency users, $2. But I want 5-page site. I want a 10-page site. Okay. We no longer need to include this cost because all the keyword research and clustering is already done. So we only have to do this process as many more times as pages we have. So a 5-page website costs you with Xagio $15 as a light user, costs you $6 as a pro user and $4 as an agency member. A 10-page website costs you $25 as a light user, $10 as a pro user, and $7 as an agency user. At $25, you probably have a website that is researched and optimized and content written in about 1 hour. Would you pay $25 to have someone build you the wireframe of a really good site that can be delivered in 10 hours? Is $25 per hour a good VA fee? And that's the worst case scenario because that's a light user. And what's a light user? And the way that I've always suggested it to people, buy a light account if you only have 1 to 3 websites. But $25 an hour for an expert SEO VA. Does this cost breakdown work for you guys as to understanding a little bit more about what Zags are, what it can do, the power of it, and translating that into dollars and cents? And I think this has been a missing piece of the pie on our sales pages and stuff for people that look at our, costs. It's like, oh, here's a light plan. It's got 50 Zags and I can, use this many Zags but what does that really mean? And this is why I made this for you guys. Okay. If you guys are pro users, you have a VA that's costing you $10 an hour. And he's very, very good at that. And if you can't turn that into $1,000 client, I have an offer for you to help you do that. But Herc, this data is priceless. No other plugins do this. No other plugins do it. I mean, there's other plugins that kind of, they do this or they do that, but they don't do it like we do it. Like I said, guys, at the very start of this webinar, we're taking on Rank Math, Yoast, and all-in-one with an entirely different process. And what's more important, to bring it back, and thank you for mentioning that, is if you go to the Xagio.com, piecemealing stuff. If you go to the Xagio.com website and you look at versus competitors, okay? What are we giving away for free? Okay, what do we give away for free? Everything we can. Okay, if all you have is the free version of Xagio, what you have is a better version of Yoast, Rank Math, or all-in-one in SEO, because what they're selling is premium features like Schema and 301 and 404. Like, you can see these little dollar signs mean you have to pay for the pro version to do that, right? We give all that shit away for free because what we are selling is completely unique. What they are selling is the same thing. They just lock it behind paywalls. So we're trying to compete with Yoast and Rank Math by giving away what they're selling for free and then turning around and saying, look, what we sell is Zags. We sell you a cell phone plan that gets you this process fully integrated, whether you're using WordPress or not. Because if you're not using WordPress, you do it over here in the cloud. And if you are using WordPress, you do it on the WordPress plugin. And we're going to integrate with Go High Level soon. like right into here. We looked at the APIs. Okay. That's coming. Don't ask me how long. Okay. So does that make sense to you guys? Hopefully that really makes people understand um, what Xagio is, how it works. And that's just like a small bit of it, right? So I will put something together for you guys to give you this, to give access to it. I can't let like you'll have to download a copy or whatever. But that's about it, guys. Okay, that's about the cost of things and how it works. And I again think that at the worst case scenario, $25 on a light plan to build out a website is so valuable and so good. It's so good. But if you want to build 100 websites a month, get an agency plan, right? It's all about Zags. Or if you just want to go to the store and not get on a plan and you want to buy a bunch of Zags, because Zags are the gasoline of this engine. Xagio, the car is free. Everyone can have Xagio, download it, use it, whatever. But Zags are what really make it magical. But if you're a Yoast user or a Rank Math user, I think Xagio is a great alternative. You can still import your own data, right? And then use the Xagio functions. But you can go to the store, so resources, Xagio store, and buy permanent credits. Buy a data pack. These are expensive. Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. Okay, and they weren't included on that sheet. These are all the plan prices. Okay, but these are expensive. But the reason they're expensive, guys, they don't expire. And I'm going to give away some of these today on the webinar for people that stay till the end, because I said we're going to do the Xagio spin the wheel thing, right? For you guys that registered. So they're more expensive. The reason why they're more expensive is because they don't expire until you use them. But this is 100 X banks. Okay, so let's put this into perspective in a new way. I've never done this before. I'm doing this live. This is 100 X banks. So let's put this into perspective. Okay, what did it totally cost to build a 10-page website? It cost 29 Zags. Let's call it 30 for easy math. It costs 30 Zags. Okay, let's go back to the store. So for $297, I can build 3 websites. So it's $100 per website. Even that, right? Even that, $100 per website is pretty good. Because you might have, and one of the things I want you guys to remember when we go back to this thing, this is the majority of the cost, right? The keyword research using the niche hunter, and you don't even have to do that. You can eliminate that step altogether. But this part right here and here is the majority of the cost, and it's repeating itself over and over and over. So even at $100 a website, you still have a bunch of leftover data. You might be able to squeeze 3 to 5 websites out of that, maybe more. So it may seem like these are expensive, guys, but the reason why is because they're permanent. They don't expire. You use them up. And if you feel like it's too expensive, buy more or wait till they go on sale, because once in a while they go on sale. All right, so let's move on. I don't even know where we're going to move on to. Oh, yeah, I know where we're going to move on to. Courses. It's not in the menu yet. It's going to come. But we have a new thing where I'm moving really high level education courses where I go into what I'm talking about today, but in far more detail, called Learn. Some of you are in there, some of you are not. Okay, but I want to talk about it. Individual courses about individual things. So this one, though, however, is what I want to focus on today. The road to $2,000 with Xagio. Why $2,000? This is an arbitrary number, like why $2,000? Couple reasons. Reason number one. Okay, the full pricing of Xagio, the full pricing, if you're not getting one of those, act fast coupons and timers and shit like that, we offer them to everyone, but they do run out if you don't act fast. They don't come back. The full pricing of a Xagio annual agency plan, $1,997 for an entire year. That's $2,000. Reason number two. Okay, so that I want to teach you guys how to pay for an agency membership so that you basically can use Xagio to your heart's content, but I want you to learn how to make that money back fast, right? So I created a course called The Road to $2,000 with Xagio. Our goal in this course is to give you the exact blueprint you need to generate at least $2,000 using my strategies and Xagio as the tool to implement the process from prospecting to value adding to fulfillment and reporting. So it's either your first $2,000 or it's your next $2,000, but it's using this strategy, this tool, and this, that. Now, this course, guys, you can buy on its own. I priced it at $297, but if you buy a pro or an agency membership, it's included. Now, I've also been selling it, and you guys should have gotten emails about this. Give me a yes if you've got it. Give me a yes if you've seen it. Give me a no if you haven't seen it or don't have it. What it is, guys, in its context, is me literally saying, okay, here's the post you're going to make on Facebook groups. This is the exact post you're going to make. This is the type of group you're going to make this post in. This is the psychology of why this post works. This is how to make the post. This is how to respond to the people that respond to the post. This is how to talk the person into a sale. And I'm literally doing it live. And as you can see here, the last one that I posted is closing a $1,000 deal because I'm doing this live with people that I don't know and turning them into a deal. And I'll tell you, the next update that's coming with this guy, he's so happy with what's going on. He's like, my wife, I've been showed her, she wants it too. So I'm going to hit this $2,000 really fast. I started this in December, had to take 2 weeks off because of holidays, and I love my family and I love, the kids having Christmas, but I just love work too. And I wish I didn't start it when I did because I wanted it to happen faster. But guys, I'm going to hit that $2,000 goal so fast. Okay. And this is the live over the shoulder training of that. So if you guys want this course, I'm offering to you this right now. Okay. I'm not going to display this link on the replay because, sorry, you missed the replay. I'm going to put it in the chat. And this is going to give you $250 off that 297 price tag. So it's 47 bucks if you want to get it. Okay. So I'm not putting this link on the replay. I'm only putting this for you guys live. If you don't have it, there you go. Okay. You will need a Xagio membership to really run through it. If you already have it, great. Great. That guy you talked to opened up big time wild. I'll tell you why, Sam. There's zero during the process for him from his perspective. Did I not send the link to everyone? I sent it to hosts and panelists. Sorry, let me send it to the audience. There you go, guys. Everyone should be able to see that link. Okay, it's automatic. The coupon's applied. Okay, now the reason that guy opened up big time is because what you're going to see from the client's perspective was there was not a single moment in time where he felt pressure or scared or like he was being sold, or does he need to, verify data, or does he need to check shit out? You know what I mean? Like it was just such a pleasant process for him because of the way that it's set up. And you guys will learn about that in the sales psychology of the post and offer. How long is it available in the dashboard for pros and agencies? If you're a pro or an agency, it's there. Just contact support. Yeah, it's a really nice way of doing things for people that makes your life really easy because their life feels so easy, right? And the results that you can get are real and they're good, right? And they will turn to clients, okay? Contact support. I can't do support right now for everyone that's asking me questions about this course right now, and I can't see this or I can't do that, guys. Unfortunately, I cannot individually help you right now on a webinar. Otherwise, this would turn into a webinar of me answering support tickets. Nobody wants that. Contact support. You guys should know how to do it by now. If you don't know how to do it, go to Xagio.com and look for support because it's all there. Support. Right there in the footer, support. If you log into your plugin and you go to your dashboard, there's a little chat icon right here for support. And then if you're in the plugin and you go to the dashboard, there's like this support link right here, live support. So we put support everywhere. And people still somehow were like, where do I get support? Support at Xagio.com, support.xagio.com. It's everywhere, but hit up support. Okay. So this course is great. I just gave it to you guys for 47 bucks if you don't have it. If you're a pro or an agency member, it's free. I believe contact support. That's what the team is there for. And they're amazing. They're awesome. We get so many good results about them. Okay. What is the next thing? I covered the reviews. I covered the calculator. I covered the thing. I covered that content is coming in the cloud. Um, what time are we at? We're at 2:12. Wow, I really sped up there. There was something else I wanted to talk about. What if you are new and don't have an agency rank to lean on? You don't need to worry about that because you'll see in the process. Yes, I use my agency to lean on for additional support, but you'll see through the process how it's. I'll just basically give the answer. You're going to offer to do something for free for them that if it works, that they can consider talking to you about going paid. You don't need a single shred of evidence with that offer, right? Look, I'm going to do this for you for free. And I make this part of my offer, right? When I'm talking to clients. I'm going to do this for you for free to prove myself. If I can do it for free, would you consider talking with me? Yes. Okay. And if it doesn't work out, we can part ways, right? Yes. What more do you need than that for the client, right? You'll see that in the course. Um, God, am I forgetting anything? You know what? Let's just move into Q&A because I'm not remembering where I wanted to go. SEO is dead. Did you guys see that banner? Oh yeah, Matt Diggity. The state of SEO. Thank you. That's what it is. I thought you were just being funny. Um, oh man, I close deals with what the audit reveals all day long. All day long. Like my close rate right now from the Edmonton SEO site is insane. Number one, I'll only offer to work with people that I actually believe I can help. There's a guy, I'll show you my last response to one of the guys, actually. I'll show you this. I like getting pretty deep with a lot of this stuff. Let me go to my sent folder and show you an email that I sent to a guy from Position One Marketing, my agency. You guys want to know why I love honesty so much? I love honesty. I love transparency and I love honesty. It's just so easy. It's just so easy, and there's nothing to hide behind. You don't feel weird. No, lie to me. You don't feel weird about anything. Everything you like, if you don't know, you say, I don't know. Because it's just, I don't know, man. I'll find out. I have a way to find out, but I don't know. I don't know. It's just, I find being fully honest and fully transparent with people is like they're refreshed by it, number one, because I guess a lot of people lie and bullshit. But I'm like honest as it gets, like because it's easier on me. I don't know, and clients seem to really like it. Sorry, let me get back to this scent thing. I'm very honest with people, and the reason I'm talking about honesty is because of where is it? Was it no? It was. Is it Nivelle? Let me get this out of my way. Something's in my way. Oh yeah, here it is. Got it. So one of the guys came in, and I'll show you what happened. So one of the guys came in through my form, and because I'm Canadian, so I'm like, so one of the guys came in, Alberta painting, okay, and when I want to close a guy that I think, usually I can look, I'll audit their website in private, right? One of the things I do is I audit their website in private. And this guy's a painting company in Edmonton, where I live. And then I just look right away, usually at the homepage first. So this is not the homepage. That's supposed to show up first. But right here, okay, here's the homepage. And I look at the keywords and I look at the rankings. Okay, 1 1 1 1 1 1 2 2 2 2 2. And then it's like, okay, I can't really help you for, these kind of keywords. You're already there. But then I'll look at other groups and see if I can help. And if I see that I can help, what I do is I share this audit with them and I'll say, here's what I see for you. Okay. So I turn on the share function and I have white label set up. So I'm sharing it on my own domain. Okay. But then what I'll do is I'll duplicate the project and I'll go into the duplicated project and I'll kind of do my thing where I clean it up. I recluster using the cluster function, the seed function, like all these functions, and then see if there's like really tight groups that I feel like I could help them on, and then I tell them. But with this guy, I was like, hey, commercial painting. So I went and did this work for him, right? So residential 3.3. Okay, here's his homepage. He was killing it. Cabinet painting 56, but 90 searches a month. Nothing great. Commercial painting top. And then I was like, shit, like there's really not a lot here to go with. So I sent him this email. So my question at this point is, why do you want SEO? Because I asked him, like, I need a better presence in online website SEO. My question to you at this point is, why do you want SEO? It's doing good already. Now, I can't wait to get his response. I haven't got it yet. Maybe he doesn't know he's doing good at SEO. Maybe his site isn't converting the traffic that he's getting into leads. I don't know the answer. There's a lot of possible answers, but I need to hear from him. But I'm being honest with him. Number one, like this guy right off this, at this point, I think a lot of other SEO companies would have came back at him with a quote. Do you guys agree with that? I need a better presence online with SEO. And even though I know he's doing good, I think a lot of other SEO agencies would have came back at him with a quote. They wouldn't have acknowledged that he's killing it. And what do you think that's going to make him feel like when I first say like, dude, you're crushing it? And yeah, a lot of people are like, what can I sell him? What can I sell him? That's not me. Exactly. He's going to trust you. I just established trust with this guy. Now, I don't see a lot that I can do for him, but I don't know the full story yet either. But what I led with is a trust establishment tactic, right? That if he comes back and tells me, I want to do better, then I can honestly say to him, okay, we're going to try and get the stuff that's ranking number 3 to ranking number 1. But we've got this communication open now where I can be honest with him. He's going to be honest with me. It's based on trust. We can speak plainly. We can look at data for real and say, look, buddy, are you really interested in pumping up your flooring installation? Because that's where I see you need help. And are you really interested in pumping up your flooring company side of your business or your other locations? Right? And now I have an open, honest conversation where I can turn someone that doesn't necessarily need a lot of help into like, where can I help you? And you're right, he's going to refer me. Like, it's just better to be honest. It's just better to be honest. Okay. And that's kind of the point I'm making with this. But yes, the way I'm selling is when the leads come in, and that's a whole nother topic. How do I get leads? That's the road to 2K. If you don't have an agency website where your leads are coming in on autopilot, the road to 2K is going to tell you how to go get those leads. Okay. And then I'll get into the SEO is dead and why we put this banner here after that. But yeah, I audit his website, see where it's at. I redo it. And then instead of notice shares buttons off on this one, had I seen that I could have helped him, I would have shared this and said, look, this is where you are. This is where I think you should be. And this is what I'm willing to do for you. Yeah. When I say an audit, this is what I mean by an audit. That's even why it's also called an audit. I put in his domain here and I click run audit. Well, I set the location. It was Canada. And then I run an audit and then I get this. And then I share it with them with the share link, and that's called an audit. And for me, an audit is just what keywords are you ranking for on what pages, and what does your optimization on those pages look like? And then a secondary audit, if you want to call it, I clone the project or I duplicate it. I go in and I say, if it were me, I would, cluster your keywords over here and I would provide this optimization and that. Usually I don't give them the optimization. I just give them the keywords and the clusters and say, this is kind of where I would go. And that's how I sell. I provide value, right? And I do it in an honest way, and it's really working. A lot of businesses need help. So anyways, guys, if you want to learn how to prospect because you don't have an agency like I do where people are coming to me, go get the road to AI. Your form is not showing correctly on the website. That's okay. I'll fix it later. But thank you for telling me. So let's move into, I don't know if I completed that whole train of thought, but hopefully I did. My brain sometimes moves a lot faster than my mouth. SEO is dead. Okay, the state of SEO. Matt Diggity recently announced that he's closing the affiliate lab. I saw a comment earlier on that someone else said someone else is closing something. Whoever posted that, can you post it again so I can read it out loud? But yeah, big changes right in the SEO agency. And then when these kind of things happen, people like freak out. Blah! Right? They lose their shit. And it's not like anything happened to them. It's just the news came down the news wire and people lose their shit. And this happens with Google algorithm updates, which right now there's a local update coming on and people are losing their shit, sharing articles and arguing on Facebook. And it's like, look, why don't we slow down and see how it affects our lives, my life today, right? And you should do that for you. See how it affects your life. Now, the affiliate lab closing down, why? The true reason that he's closing down the affiliate lab, guys, is because he feels that affiliate marketing in the state that it's in with the current updates that have happened is too hard for a beginner SEO. A beginner SEO. And that was a really important part to that statement that he made. A beginner. It doesn't mean it's dead. It means that beginners will have a hard time. Well, guess what? Beginners have a hard time at everything. If you put a beginner in the easiest form of SEO, which is local SEO, which even more than local SEO, it's lead gen SEO because you're choosing the location, you're choosing the niche versus client SEO where the niche and the location are given to you to work on. Okay, the easiest form of SEO is lead gen, rank and rent SEO, where you choose the niche, you choose the location, and work on it on your own time with nobody breathing down your neck. A beginner is going to struggle with that because they have to learn. And people struggle with learn. Yes, prospecting is the road to AI. Sorry, road to 2K. There is no road to AI. The road to 2K. It's how to prospect for people when you don't have a prospecting engine running. So it's not that big of a deal, guys. It doesn't mean SEO is dead. It means SEO got harder for beginners, but it's always been that way. Okay. And whatever the other course is closing, those guys, I mean, Matt Diggity's opening tons of businesses, right? Like he's got a video editing business now. He's got the SEO analysis business. Like he's just, maybe the course creation route for him was no longer viable and he didn't want to do it. And people are just losing their shit about it. I've seen so many comments about it. And here's I'm just sharing my opinion too, I guess. Doesn't matter. Doesn't mean SEO is dead. SEO ain't dead yet. Okay. SEO is actually easier than ever to me. I'm doing agency SEO, of course. I could do affiliate SEO, I think. I just don't because the agency is great and easy, and I like easy, right? I love easy. So I'm not worried about it. Okay. The local update. Anybody get hit by the local update? Anybody see their rankings just disappear? No. Thankfully, no. I didn't. Your location pages? I didn't. I didn't see anything. I'll cover that later, Jeff. It's not even in yet. It's what we're doing next, but it'll optimize go high level pages with Xagio. Same thing, just integration. I didn't see anything, so I'm not freaking out yet. And I won't freak out until I need to freak out. I don't care what's happening to everybody else. I only care what's happening to me, right? And that I don't know, is that selfish or is that experience? I don't know. It's a little different when Bitcoin tanks, it tanks for everyone. But when Google releases an algo update, it only affects certain people. And I haven't been hit. So I'm not worried about it yet. So I don't have much to say other than don't stress until the actual shit hits the fan. So for you, Vincent, you said you had your pages hit. Well, let's send me a message in private. Let's chat. Let's look. You know what I mean? That's the only thing we can do is look. But I'll definitely like to look at it because I've seen people saying shit's going down. I think backlinks are playing a role in that personally. It's my initial thought. What else was there? That's about it. Let's go to Q&A, guys. Let's go to Q&A. That's my whole state of the SEO. Until SEO is dead, it's not dead. Oh yeah, the free alternative to Moz Bar. SEOQuake, okay? It's through SEM Rush. So I'm going to turn Moz off for a second and show you SEOQuake and show you the settings I like. Support said pro accounts only have access to the course if on the annual plan. Whatever support says is right. I give my support team the rules. Whatever I said on this webinar, I'm speaking fast. I may have said it wrong. Yeah, you have to be on the annual plan. Otherwise, you get a deal. They'll know what deal to give you. They're support trained by me, and they're just doing what I tell them to do. So if the link that I gave you today is better and you happen to be on the webinar, use that. If what support tells you has a better price, then use that. But they're right. I'm not going to do it on the webinar, Vince. Do you want me to do it on the webinar? I don't know if you want to share your sites live on a webinar, but I would recommend against it as on an open webinar, to be honest with you. I've had people negative SEO me recently. It didn't even hurt, it helped. It was funny. Okay, Q&A 27 on the Pro Monthly, Tim says. I like what you're doing with Xagio. Are you hiring? What is your skill set? Yeah, I'm always hiring. To be honest, I'm more aggressively hiring than ever. But right now, how I'm hiring is here's what I need. Here's what I want to take off my plate. This guy's an expert in this, whereas I am not. Just send me a message. We won't do it on the webinar, of course, right? Yeah, well, let's just go to Q&A. But yeah, feel free to send me Facebook, hercmagnus@gmail, Facebook. Reach out to support. They know where to reach me. I'm late. Replay? Yes, there will be a replay on the blog, xagio.com/blog. Let's cover that right now. You know what I got to do is I got to set up the spin to win stuff too. Might as well do that. You guys okay if I just set up the spin to win stuff? Give away some prizes? I'll give away 2 little ones and 1 really big one. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to show. Where is this replay going to appear? So xagio.com/blog, and then right here in the categories, training, live Xagio training replays with Herc. Click on that. And when will it be there? Hopefully today, but at worst by the end of the week. Yeah, I don't want to go down that road right now, Kevin. Not on this webinar. Okay. Is that okay? It was about Magic Page. His question was like, how do I use Xagio with Magic Page? But it's going to be basically this. Okay. I'll get to give you somewhat of an answer and without getting into detail and going on a course. Create your location, do keyword research for each of your locations and add them to your, when you use the project planner, you can import your location pages, add your keywords to that, optimize with that, track rankings. Does niche finder cannibalize keyword supremacy? It cannibalizes that piece of keyword supremacy. Okay, SEOQuake settings. Sorry, geez. Thank you guys. Okay, so I don't know, Plumber, New York. Okay, terrible. Let's go a little easier. San Francisco. Sorry about anyone that's dealing with fires up in LA too, by the way. That's crazy. I don't know if you guys remember in Canada, the Fort Mac fires. My sister was involved in that, and I know how crazy it is. It didn't get her house though, but it got a big chunk of the town. Okay, so normally you guys have seen me use Moz Bar. Now they've changed. Okay, they took away the good data. So I had to go find an alternative, and SEOQuake seems to be the one. So I'm going to turn this off and just show you how I use it. Basically, guys, when I'm looking at the first page of Google for competition, let's do that BBL in I don't know, Hollywood. I'll just do BBL in Hollywood. Okay. So when I'm analyzing competition on the first page, and now the first page is really the only thing I'm looking at. Okay. Everything else is just an indication of what the first page is going to be. So truthfully, the only thing that really matters is what is on the first page and can I beat it? Okay. Number one thing I'm looking at, I'm taking that keyword using my browser search function and seeing if that keyword highlights anywhere in the titles or descriptions or on the page. When it doesn't, that makes me happy. Okay. The second thing I'm looking at is what are the links to the actual thing that's ranking? Meaning, is it the home page that's ranking or is it an inner page that's ranking? Because I treat them slightly different. For instance, this is a home page that's ranking, but this is an inner page that's ranking. So I treat them slightly differently. Now, the next thing I'm looking at with these 2 different types of things is the links, right? Specifically the links. So for SEOQuake, okay. Enable SEOQuake preferences. Okay. SEOQuake shows you, let me show the settings first. Okay. So I'm going to go into this. Oh God, is it this guy? Okay. Enable SEOQuake, show SERP overlay. I'm only doing it on Google. So I just turn the rest off. I only want to look at Google. Okay. And then here under preferences, it takes you into the general preferences. Okay, so again, download the SEOQuake toolbar. It's through SEMrush. You have to have an account, I believe. It's free. And then once you install the extension, click the gear icon, go down to preferences. That'll open up this web page. Okay, SEOQuake is enabled. I turn it on. I do the on show, not by request, because I want to see everything. Then I go to the SERP overlay feature, and what the SERP overlay feature is this: what is showing on the Google SERP. And I turn on Google, and then the one thing that I want to look at is it indexed in Google? What are the SEM Rush backlinks, and what are the root backlinks? Right? I don't worry about the subdomain because it starts getting confusing. Right? So I try to declutter as much as I can. SEO bar, same thing. Okay, Google. Oh, I have the SEM. Backlinks and root domain backlinks. Then when I get over here, okay, just use your mouse and your brain, right? AS, if you click it, it'll give you an information about it. Authority score. So it's similar to Moz domain, page authority, domain authority, authority score. Okay. So here's what I'm looking at. 108 pages indexed. That's just extra information. I'm not using that at all really in my thing, but links and links to the domain. So this is a page. So the authority score of this page is 16 and it has 74 links to the domain. And you can click on that and it'll bring you in, okay, with your free account because I'm not a paid user, okay, and you can get the information. There's the backlinks to the page. That comes from 39 referring domains. Now, it would be nice if I saw that 74 links from 39 domains. That's nice information, but they're not giving it. So you kind of have to work around it, right? Just consider that this number is likely going to be lower. So this is like a domain authority 16 with 74 links to the page. Not that hard to beat. Okay. And then you'll have to take my more advanced trainings, obviously, to go into detail into like what numbers really matter and, you know, what's good and what's bad. But these are weak. And it's not as good as what Moz had, but it's the best that I've come up with since then if you're like on a super, super budget and you want to work with free data. Okay. Does that answer that question for you guys? If it's the home page, there you go. The authority score 26. 101.73, so 1,700 links, but that's probably from far less domains. And then again, you just have a free SEMrush account. You can come in and you one click away to get the referring domains. So there you go. 1,700 links are coming from 344 domains. And that's really it. How do you know if it's a home page versus an inner page? This is a home page because there's no inner page attached to it. So like meaning it's the homepage. And this you can see right here in the URL, Michael Omidi /procedures/body, right? That's an inner page. That's ranking. And that's it. Super easy. Excuse me. Inner page, inner page, inner page, homepage, inner page, inner page, inner page, inner page, inner page. Lots of inner pages. This is a good keyword. Only 9 links. It's the page. See, and when we're looking at this data and we're like, do you look at this one? Do you look at this one? You know, and like, well, it's an inner page that's ranking. So I really only care somewhat about the links that have been built to the page. I want to see that there's not a lot of links to the page. I know that there's a lot of links to the domain, which is creating a domain or an authority score of 30. I get that. But this is the page that's ranking. Does that make sense? So I'm going to put less weight on all the, because this number is all the links pointing to all the pages on all the domain. This number is how many links are pointing to this page on this domain. And this page on this domain is what's ranking for this keyword. So if I want to target this keyword, I have to know how to beat this. William Bruno has 2 spots. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of that lately. But then again, if BBL seemed to me like it might be a good thing, what I might want to do is come to the niche hunter and put in BBL and then do like a 300 to, I'll even pump this up a little bit, maybe do a 700, Cost per click, I'll put at 10. And competition, I'll put at 0.1. And now I'm niche hunting in the BBL grounds. And I might fight something that's super easy. Oh, I might get a lot of words like bobblehead. See, because I said BBL has to be in there. That's why this keyword's there, BBL. Dabble, pony, BBL New York. Best BBL surgeon in the US. Las Vegas BBL. Let's go. Buynow.com. $10. Let's look at Google. Let's take a look at these. I'm going to close a bunch of tabs. Okay, going to look at the tools. Oh, baby. Oh, that's all. Don't get too excited. It's only an indication of the first page, but only 3. I like to see less than 67. Well, I'll say 100 just to be easy. That's really good. In title. Oh, that's really good. Okay, phrase match less than 20 grand. Ooh, that's really good. Okay, first page, 4 million. That's pretty good. Okay. Does it show up anywhere? Oh, this guy has it in his description. This guy has it in his description. But nobody else really has. Is that good? That's really good. Okay, so this tool, SEOQuake, is telling me the keyword difficulty is 54.86, whatever that means. I hate those scores. All I'm going to do is look at links. Inner page, 4 links to the domain. What pages? Those 4 pages that popped open? Yeah, you just click a button right here. When you click search keyword in Google, it automatically puts that keyword into each of a new tab in a window. Plastic surgery. Let me open up one more. BBL Denver price. Okay, so BBL Dallas. Okay, that's a big city. So watch. Search keyword in Google. Please make sure to allow pop-ups in your browser for this domain. Xagio will attempt to open multiple URLs at the same time after you click continue. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4 just opened up for me. Now I can ignore. Oh, well, and this happens a lot because, you're really scraping a lot of data from Google. But anyways, let's go back to Vegas. Okay, that's pretty. This guy, inner page ranking, domain authority 30, 0 links to the page. This guy, 4 links to the page, 4 links to the page on an authority 12, 0. Oh, baby. Oh, man. Talk about easy. Look how fast that took me. BBL Vegas. You put an EMD up with some killer optimization the way that I just said it, you're going to beat all these guys. Now you're selling Brazilian butt lifts in Las Vegas. I love that word, Brazilian butt lift. That's funny. There's a great keyword, guys, for a rank and rent niche. So I love BBL. I love BBL niche. BBL Dallas. Let's just see. 9. Oh, it's a little bigger in Dallas. 172 in the URL. Oh, that's the title. Okay, BBL Dallas. 38 links to the page. It's collecting. But you guys see, yeah, we wandered down a strange path. But this is what I love about the niche hunter. Like you could put in a city. When I want to find a niche, I put in a city. When I want to find a location of a niche, I put in the niche. So here I entered the niche, right? That's the power of the niche hunter. That's what I love so much about it. Now I can go find all the good BBL locations and all the Brazilian butt lift cities in the United States and, and web scribble apparently and stuff like that. But if I wanted to change that to Brazilian butt lift, right? I wouldn't even put Brazilian. I would just put butt lift. Do another search. And remember, this is only 300 to 700 with a $10 CPC, right? What happens if I change this from, okay, that's 10 to infinity, so that wouldn't work. But I could go now from 700 to 1,000 and get a new list. I won't find butt lifts in Miami? Yeah, right. But like, guys, like you go after a niche like this and you do keyword research and you add in a couple other services because these clinics are probably doing more than butt lifts. God knows what else they're doing. Like cool sculpting is the only thing that can kind of come to mind. And if it ain't good in Dallas, it's going to be good somewhere. And this tool will help you find it. And Xagio will help you build, a 10-page website for $30, sorry, $25 if you're on the light plan that you can go and rent and for $50 a month. If that's all you can get. Yeah, right. You can get more than that, right? Even $100 a month. Well, that just bought you the pro plan. Now you can do it again. Now that just bought, and it just gets cheaper and cheaper the bigger the plan that you get. Can you guys leave me a review on WordPress? Would that be all right? That would really help. Is Agio just did. No, let's go see. Let's go see if anybody actually on this webinar went in. Okay. Thank you guys. And honest, remember ooh, a whole bunch of them. Thank you guys. And they're all 5 stars too. Wow. And now I know that you're being honest. Because I went on the honest rant, right? Like I want the honest feedback. So I really honestly appreciate it. Link to WordPress reviews, please. Let's turn this filter off. I think we've built a pretty good tool. I think Xagio is pretty awesome. To be honest, guys, I'm building Xagio for me, right? I'm building it for me. Oh yeah, you got to be logged in to submit a review. So, any more questions, guys? Is there a way to create content without WordPress? Not yet. It's coming. We just had a meeting about it this morning. Oh, it's coming. So it's going to work the same way, where you go into your project, right? And then like here you click this to optimize with AI. There's going to be a new button where you click to write the content. Okay, now you guys keep ask me a bunch of questions because what I'm going to do is go get the registration link and set up the spin to win stuff. And then we'll do the spin to win. And then we'll do the rest of the answering questions. So I have to set up the thing. I need to download the list. What was the mention about high level? We're going to integrate with high level to what we're going to look. We have the API docs from high level, and the initial research says that Xagio should be able to handle the optimization and keyword research for your Go High Level sites. Give me a 1 if you're using Go High Level, just so I see how many people we're talking here on this web. I don't even know how many people are on this webinar. Let me see. Okay, there's 104 of us. Holy shit. Wow. That's a lot of ones. You guys, why does everyone love Go High Level so much? I haven't even looked at it. I used it once. Integration, right? I gotta have to take a look at it because I am super surprised at how many of you guys have GHL. All in one, just like Xagio. But it's more a CRM. Okay, there it is. CRM on steroids, automations, price, many features other CRMs charge extra for. Okay, I get it. So it's kind of like Xagio where it's bringing everything together into one good price. It's a little pricey. Autopilot, Duda. Yeah, I don't know about the other platforms. We're going to go after the big stuff first, obviously, as a business decision, which hopefully makes sense to you guys. Forms, quizzes, QR codes, webinar funnels. Oh, geez. Crazy. It's like Xagio. It is, in a way. But they're very specialized as a CRM for lead management. We're very specialized as a CRM for optimization and keyword research. I think that's a nice little blend, Xagio and Go High Level. Sounds like a good one. Okay, export. What username and password do you use to log in to leave a review? You have to have your own account, Phyllis, in WordPress. So you'd have to create one, unfortunately. Open reviews might be too I'd be so happy because you'd keep my cost down even further if it were integrated with GHL. Please start with a GHL integration. The system philosophies are aligned. That's really cool. GHL has a marketplace, so you can go sell Xagio there. That's really... Anyone know the owner of GHL? Anyone make an intro? I feel like it's pretty damn big. Owners. I know a guy who knows a guy. Well, I like knowing guys that know guys. That works for me. If anyone can make any sort of introduction, that would be awesome. Don't Tom and Nick? No, Tom and Nick don't own GHL. No, 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 no. Nick Pawnee knows him. I know Nick. Wow. You guys all know guys that know guys. That's awesome. Sean Clark, Robin Alex, Vaughn Berriven. Okay. Okay, I'll do that later. I'm going to set up this spin to win. Let's do some prizes. I want to give away some stuff. Thank you guys for your time. Let's make it even funner. Xagio, spin to win. Where'd you go? Wheel of prizes. There it is. Okay. I'm going to do this a simple way. Thank you, Miles. There's a big, oh, I better pull that off there. That's a big long list of names and email addresses that are registered for this webinar for today. So I'm going to grab the list of names. I'm going to pop it in here. I'm going to show you how it works. I'm going to tell you what the prize is, and then we'll do it. Okay. Some of you should see your name on here. How it's going to work is I'm going to click the wheel. Nobody's going to win anything right now. Hopefully your name doesn't come up because then you'll feel like you're ripped off. And then the name pops up and then you win it. Okay. And the first prize. So hopefully you're not on this webinar. Ablash. Yikes. Okay. So here's what we're going to do for the first prize. We're going to go to the store because that's where all this prizes stuff is going to be. Where is Xagio store? I should throw a dart. So we have X-Banks, templates, and courses. So the first thing I'm going to give away right now is 100 X-Banks because everybody wants X-Banks, right? And here we go. So the first prize is going to be a $300 prize, 297, 100 X-Banks. Here we go. Where did my wheel of names go? There it is. Okay, here we go. Remove it. Oh, wait. No, I don't want to remove them. I want him to have a chance to win. So I'll put that back in there. What if we pulled his name twice? Wouldn't that be crazy? And whether you are on the webinar or not, okay, this first prize is going to go. Okay, here we go. Good luck. And how you collect your prizes, we're going to send it to support. Phil Fox, are you on the webinar? I'm going to look for you in my list of names. Phil Fox. Okay, I'm going to grab that, put it on my notes to send it. You just won. Oops, sorry, Phil. Oh, don't email Phil, please. Okay, you just won 100 X-Banks. Next prize is going to be 100 X-Banks. Because everyone wants X-Banks. Does anyone want to try and win the course? I feel like a lot of you already bought it already or got it for free because you're a member. So I don't really want to prize that course, the road to 2K. I feel like X-Banks is the best prize. Okay, let's do another one. I'm going to close it. Phil, I am going to remove you because you won. X-Banks is better. I think so too. I'm about to purchase the course, so X-Banks is best. But what if you win? Okay, we'll stay with X-Banks. Okay, the next prize will be this guy, and the final prize will be the 4971. But you got to be on the webinar. Oh, Haroon, are you on the webinar? You just won 100 X-Banks. Grabbing your email. Maybe C, F, G, H. Hi, Jay. Here's Haroon. Congrats, man. Okay, guys. This guy. You know what? This guy. Okay. 750 X banks. You got to be on the webinar. Sorry. Pick me. Okay. Haroon. Can't win twice, buddy. We're going to spin this until somebody on this webinar says, I'm here. And your name matches up. So this one is 750 X banks. Ed R. Ed R. I got your email here, bro. Are you on the webinar? Oh, I bet you hope you're on the webinar if you're watching a replay and you're not, and you'd be like, dang it. Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're not going to remove him. Well, no, we're going to remove him because he's not on the webinar anyways. Let's go. Dr. Dre, I'm on the webinar. Let's verify that. Pancho, you on the webinar? Okay, Dr. Dre, you're on the webinar, but you're not, you didn't get pulled yet. Okay, so you know what? I'll spin this again because Pancho is apparently not here either, but I'm going to put his email on there just because I like to be organized just in case there's ever any weirdness. Okay, not claim, go. Oops, forgot to remove him, but there's like 315 people registered here, so. Come on, pick somebody that's here so we can move on with this. PJ Valenzuela, you here? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who wants to win this one the most? Are you guys paid members? Nailin, are you on here? Nailin, are you on the webinar? I'm gonna grab your name out of here. By the time I'm done grabbing your name and putting it on the list, if you don't claim it, I'm spinning. LMN, Nailin, there you are. Hey, you're going. Oh my God, these people are going to be so hating. Yeah, if they watch the replay, they might. It's like $700 prize. Export the list of No. Yeah, well, you're right. I could do that. That would speed it up, wouldn't it? Then I'd have to figure out how to do that. Mark Page. Okay, let me go do that. We'll pause to see if I can figure that one out because that's a good idea. Unless Mark's here. Mark, you here? Give $10 to everyone who's still on the call. Holy shit. Jeez, talk about making my life easy. We can figure this out. I'll just start ripping. Wrong name. Oh. Oh, Marcus. Let me see. Marcus is here. He just commented. Let me go back to my sheet. I was going to verify. We might have a winner. Okay, so I forget. Was the last guy that I took out of here Mark? John's here now too. Jesus. Okay. You were there. See, this is why I keep a list because we're going to give away one of these, but to whoever's here. John, let's see your email. Let's see who I got these in order too. So there's going to be no mistake in it. Hey, John Garza. God. No, your name wasn't pulled, John. Mark Page was last. Yeah, I've got you here, John, but I don't have your email in that list. Mark Page. Let's see if Mark's on there. Mark Page, doctor. Okay, buddy. There you are. Congratulations. We will reach out. I'm going to put the email in. Jonathan Hard, did I win? No, unless your email shows up before Mark's. Let me see. No, your email wasn't. Yeah, no, Mark got it. Mark's here. He's live. We'll reach out, Mark, set you guys up. Also to the other two 100X Banks winners. Let's see what time it is. We're 2 hours into this webinar, guys. I'll give it a little bit. If anyone wants to stay on for Q&A, I'll do that for another half an hour. Otherwise, um, congratulations to the winners. Thank you guys for showing up. Hopefully it was a good webinar. Thank you for the reviews. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully if you're not a Xagio user, you will become a Xagio user. I'm working hard to be able to get you guys to become a Xagio user, and hopefully together we can change the way SEO is done. And then if you're worried about, too many people finding out about Xagio and you losing your secret weapon, we'll figure something out about that. Great webinar. We'll look for Xagio and go high level. Yes, I'll update you, of course, with that. Bob, thanks. Your Webby's always fired me up with possibilities. It's unlimited potential out there, guys. I used to have the thought that keyword research was, all the good stuff was gone, and then I thought all the good EMDs were gone, and then I thought, it's too competitive and you can't rank in New York City. And I did used to have a lot of those limiting beliefs. And what I found out was, there's only a lack of creative ways of doing things. And if you, figure out how to do something, it can be done. And Xagio is different in its approach, right? It's always looking for, I know there's good keywords out there, so how do I find them? And then we build the tool that, and then when we test it, we're like, oh my God, there's not only is there lots there, there's like an unlimited amount there. And so it's like that. When you run into struggles with like, oh, the agency is too hard to run because of these problems, you figure out how to mitigate those problems. And really, guys, what I'm talking about is entrepreneurship and making a decision to stay committed to something and looking at the things that are tough and figuring out a way to make them easy, because what you do is a labor of love. You love what you do, and I love what I do. And I have nonstop issues with this or with that. I'm into software development, I'm into teaching and training. I'm reopening my agency. I'm about to go into marketing about with Xagio, and it's filled with roadblocks. But as an entrepreneur, roadblocks are expected, and we're committed to doing it, right? We're committed to figuring out how to overcome these obstacles. And if you stay committed, you overcome those obstacles. And yesterday's obstacles are today's opportunities. And it becomes easy, right? But again, because you're committed. And that's the difference between entrepreneurs and employees. Employees give up. And I'm an entrepreneur. I never give up. And it's easy not to give it up when you love it. Okay, that's the last part of that equation is I really love what I do. So I will never quit. So thank you guys. I will end it at this super high level overview of the Road to 2K course, please. I already covered it on the webinar, so you will have to wait for a replay. Can I receive a link to this recording? It will go out on the Xagio blog, and I will mail everyone. Thank you. Can't wait for the AI cloud content. Yes, it's coming, the GHL integration. We are going to try it. We're going to do our best to integrate with GHL. I see the need. I saw like the answers that I got on this webinar. I was like, whoa. And apparently we have some friends that have some friends that know some people that know some people. So maybe we could have a talk with the GHL team, because it seems like there's something that we can do for them and that they can do for us, hopefully. So we'll keep you updated with that. And the last thing I'll close with is this, guys. This is our new dashboard where we're tracking what's being done and who's being done with it. And it's separated by teams like Xagio Video, Xagio Content, the Xagio website, the cloud dashboard, the plugin, and then the admin plugin. And I'll go into one of these and show you guys, like, this is a flurry of activity. It's organized now. It's really organized. There is so much new stuff coming in. We're tagging stuff by features, updates, bugs, tickets. We're doing our best to take care of everyone, and to continue moving forward and getting better. And again, guys, the worst version of Xagio is here. Like today, this is now the worst it's going to get. It's going to continue to get better. I do apologize when we moved over to the WordPress plugin. I know it affected some people. How many credits does tracking use? So you can watch the replay because I covered that. You and your team are so appreciated. My SEO skills now have swagger. Super glad to hear that. That's the whole point, is helping you guys do SEO with a better tool and hopefully a bit of knowledge. But if you want to skip the knowledge bit, Xagio is a great tool for that. So, because you don't, like you guys saw, I didn't know what a BBL was, and today I do. And I know that BBL Vegas is a really ripe market, and there's probably other ones. And I'm showing you guys how to go out there and find that kind of stuff. And I just want you guys to do the work and leave the reviews, right? But you're the one that benefits, really. So thank you all so much. Great webinar. Happy New Year, everyone. Super fired up with the team. Things are cooking with Xagio, and I don't see that slowing down anytime soon. I'm aggressively growing this software, hiring the right people and making sure that everything is the way that it should be. So I'll leave it on that note and get the replay out either today or tomorrow, being Friday, I guess. Yeah, I can do it by Friday. I'll promise that I'll do it by Friday. And that's it. Thanks, guys. Congratulations to the winner. To the winners, we'll be in touch, and I'll let you guys know when we have the next training one. But it will be a while. I think it's more important for me to focus on my job than to sit on here and chit chat. But when there's good updates and stuff like that, we'll have these chit chats once in a while. And I think it makes them more fun to have them less. As if I had these every month, it would be the same shit over and over and over. We've experienced that in the past. So I'll make them come out when they're really, really due. Other than that, thanks so much, everybody. We'll talk to you soon. And now I have to figure out how to turn off Zoom with this awkward exit that I'm doing. Really got to learn this thing. Okay, I got her. Bye-bye, guys.